We have our national motto, Satyameva Jayati. Truth will triumph. Truth triumphs. And this is what should be the essence of a country like India. We live in falsehood, but the point is, we need to get into facts. And the fact is today that the minorities of India are under consistent attacks, and there is every evidence to prove it. The Muslims are being attacked, they are denigrated, they are demonized, the Christians are attacked, the Sikhs, very especially the small farmers, have been attacked. People who are Buddhists, who embrace the Buddhist faith, are being attacked. You have it consistently all over India. And this is being done with impunity because those who attack others know that they fully have that immunity from the powers that rule the country today. The facts are clear. The facts are that you go carol singing during the Christmas season, you are attacked. Poor people here in Ahmedabad who are selling Santa Claus caps, which in a way have nothing to do with the birth of Jesus, they are attacked. A shopping mall that is selling Christmas trees, which in a way has nothing to do with the crib of Jesus, is also attacked. So people who are praying in houses, churches, church personnel are consistently attacked. There is no stopping. FIRs are not done by the police. The perpetrators of these heinous crimes against humanity are not arrested. And then the ruling regime says everything is okay. The Prime Minister and the Home Minister and those responsible for law and order in the country have no guts to be able to bring the perpetrators of this violence to book. Muslims have their houses demolished. They are being denigrated and demonized. People really don't care about what is happening. The special intensive revision has disenfranchised hundreds and thousands of people, mainly of the minority communities throughout the country. The facts are clear. We need not go beyond that. But why is there fear? Why are people frightened? To be able to take a stand and call a spade a spade. Jesus has himself told us, fear no one, very especially those who can harm the body. Fear only those who can harm the soul. And that is important. What are we afraid of? Of power, of privilege, of possessions, of position, of our own pride? This is what Jesus very clearly said when the devil tempted him in the desert just before his public ministry. He said, "Be gone from me, Satan." He had no dealings. He had no track with Satan. And I think it's important for us to overcome our fears, our kind of cautions, and take a stand for truth, for justice in a visible and vocal way. I think all of us need to be able to get into freedom. Freedom which Tagore speaks about very beautifully, into that heaven of freedom, my father, my mother, let my country, let each one of us wake. We have freedoms. It is enshrined in our constitution, and constitutionalism is our hallmark. We have Article 19, freedom of speech and expression. Article 25, the right to preach, practice and propagate our religion. No one is speaking about conversion, but I, as a citizen of India, have the right to change my religion 3 times a day if necessary. We need fraternity in the country, and this is what today is all about. Today, the 4th of February, when I speak this message, is the Universal Day of Fraternity. And Pope Leo, in his message to the Catholic Bishops' Conference of India, which is meeting in Bangalore from today, has a very powerful message. He says, work for unity, work for fraternity. Is the leadership of the church listening? Is the leadership responding to the cries of the poor of India? Is the leadership of the church listening and responding to what hundreds and thousands of our country, men and women, are subject to? Gross violations of human rights, gross injustices. We cannot say, Lord, Lord, we will not enter the kingdom of heaven unless we respond. As Pope Leo reminds us in his message for the World Day of the Sikh, respond to the cries of those who suffer injustice, those who are sick in every possible way in our society. What is the way forward? The way forward is clear. The way forward, first of all, is to be able to stand up for the Constitution. We are citizens of India. We have to hold our heads high, take a stand for truth, for justice, for peace, for unity, for diversity, for justice, for liberty, equality, and fraternity for all. That is constitutionalism. Secondly, we don't have to be afraid. Let them take away everything. They're going to do it. They have got big files on many of us. We should not be afraid. Take a stand, not merely for ourselves, but for the poor of the country, the marginalized, those who live on the peripheries. That's what the crib is all about. That is what the cross is all about. And thirdly, we need to be in solidarity. Solidarity, working with civil society. There are several great organizations like the People's Union for Civil Liberties, the National Associations of People's Movements. There is the All India Movement for Democracy. Several can we join with our sisters and brothers, citizens of India, to work towards a more just, a more humane, a more equitable, and a more peaceful society. That is the challenge for us. As we deliberate, we cannot just forget. There is something like selective amnesia, what is happening to the country today, very especially to the minorities. Our message has to be loud and clear. Stop these attacks on the minorities. Stop these attacks on the Christians, on the Muslims, on the Sikhs. Stop dehumanizing the poor, the marginalized, the refugees, the migrants, the casual laborers, the LGBTQIA plus community. Bring hope to the country. Let us be pilgrims of hope. Let us see a new tomorrow. The challenge is not blowing in the wind, but living in our hearts, and the prophetic courage which we need to demonstrate today, not merely for ourselves, but for every single citizen of our beloved country, India.